This download is the only extract the BBC has of this edition of Desert Island Discs. The presenter was Roy Plumley.
Geoff, whereabouts in Yorkshire were you born?
At a mining village or community called Fitzwilliam, very much in the heart of the south of Yorkshire, southwest riding.
Yes. Were your family in the mines?
Yes, I think all my relations and people connected with me are in the mines. My father was a miner until he died in 1967.
A cricketing family?
No, definitely not. I got an uncle who was very, very fond of cricket, and he really helped me in the early stages of my boyhood ambitions.
Yes. You were captain of your primary school?
Yes.
And I believe there was a local cricket school where you used to get some coaching during the winter.
Oh, yes. He's now a tremendous friend of mine, a chappie by the name of John Lawrence, who absolutely adores cricket, and he has his own indoor cricket school where he coaches young boys from very early age.
What age did you start?
10 years.
As a schoolboy, did you ever envisage cricket as a career?
Well, I think every schoolboy who loves cricket envisages that one day he'd like to play for England or Yorkshire, and I was just the same. But round about the age of about 15, you suddenly find out there are lots of other boys who are as good as you, and many of them much better. And it's then really that you begin to feel a little bit despairingly that you'll never make it. But I wanted to be a cricketer, and I'm glad that I've made it.
What job did you take up when you left school?
Well, I went into the civil service because it was a steady job, and also they would allow me to have some time off or take some leave in midweek to try and further my cricket ambitions with Yorkshire Cricket Club.
You were playing league cricket for Barnsley, weren't you?
Well, I actually started with a little village club called Ackworth, a very beautiful little village club, and I moved on to Barnsley to further my ambitions because they played in a bigger league, and I eventually went on to Leeds to, finish my cricket career off.
With the Yorkshire Colts?
Well, yes, from Leeds I went on to play with Yorkshire second team and then into the first team.
Yes. And while still a Colt, you hit a century against Lancashire.
Yes, a memory which I'll never forget, because it was the first of 4, actually. I got 100 against the Lancashire second 11, and the next 3 occasions I played for Yorkshire against Lancashire were with the first team, and I scored 100 each time, so I'm very proud of that.
Oh, for a Yorkshire man, that must have been a wonderful feeling.
Oh, tremendous.
1963, your first season in big-time cricket, and you were nominated Best Young Cricketer of the Season. And the following year, really a year of achievement. Your first Test series, you opened for England against Australia over here. Rather a disastrous series with only 1 match played to a finish. But you came out of the series very well, didn't you?
Yes, I was disappointed in the series because we seemed to have a little bit of rain about, and
yes.
That's usual for England, isn't it? But I was pleased to be playing for England and getting the feel of it, although there were many players in the team who were far better than myself.
And then to South Africa with 3 centuries and 5 innings.
Oh, that's a wonderful country. They're my favourite country. Beautiful.
Well, you were the 1964 Player of the Year. Now, all the cricket writers, with someone new and exciting to work on, began their own brand of psychoanalysis on you. And one thing that emerged from all their stories is that you're a very positive thinker at the wicket.
Yes, well, I'm rather proud of this, because there are many times in your career or when you're batting that you have to make a decision very, very quickly indeed. And depends which way you choose to go, depends whether you succeed or fail. And I've always been able to make a very quick decision.
And you never allow yourself to envisage any possibility of being out?
No, I've got to believe that I'm good enough to get runs, and I also believe that any ball that's bowled, a batsman can stop it getting him out. There is a way, and there's also a way to make runs off every ball that's bowled.
Yes.
That doesn't always happen, mind you.
You like to be on your own for a bit before you go out to the wicket. What do you think about?
Well, I just like to get into a situation where I can do what I call is my homework. I can think about what type of pitch we're going to play on, and the various situations I'm going to be countered with, and what the bowler might bowl. It's just like a schoolboy coming home from school and having to do a little bit of thought on the next day's play.
Yes.
Well, I do mine just before I go out to bat.
Well, like all careers, yours has had ups and downs in the last 6 or 7 years since that sensational 1964. A down, I suppose, was that rather cautious period you had in 1967. You decided not to take any risks, and despite your score of 246 against India, you got the sack for that innings.
Yes, well, I think I came on the cricket scene very quickly in 1963. I did rather well, and the publicity that surrounded me told everybody I was going to be a great player, and I did fairly well for a short while. But I think what people forgot is that I came into cricket so quickly that I didn't have the maturity and the experience. And all this rise to the top very quickly caught up with me, round about 66, 67. And I became very introspective, a little bit nervous of my own talents, and I stifled myself, and I didn't go out and play my normal game. I learned a lesson from it, and I think since then I've been a far better player.
Yes. Then you had another bad patch in 69, a really bad patch with 3 ducks in 4 test innings. Now, that was after you'd been laid up for a long time, wasn't it?
Yes, well, that patch was very sad because I had a back injury in 1968 in the middle of the season, and it took 10 months to get right until April of 69, and it left me a little bit like Cassius Clay. 3 years out of boxing, he was struggling to regain his former glory, and he was like that with me. I was playing okay, but I just lost a little bit of the finesse of the game, and it showed in my figures.
Yes. What's the most enjoyable innings you ever played, when it was all really going your way? You were happy, relaxed, and all one long moment of truth. Do you remember one like that?
Oh yes, no doubt at all. The Gillette Cup final of 1965. It just seemed that once Brian Close came in to bat with me, it just seemed that nothing could go wrong. Every ball that was bowled, I just never let it enter my head that I could get out. I just felt every time that I could hit it for runs, 4 or 6, and very, very pleasingly, it was a moment when that did happen.
Yes. How many did you score?
146.
And everyone enjoyed.
Oh, tremendous.
Now, one good thing about your job, Geoff, I think every winter since 1963 you've been playing in the sunshine.
Oh, I'm very happy about that, because my second love after cricket is travelling, meeting new people and seeing new countries, so it's marvellous.
Now, of course, a great trip was the last tour to Australia when you won back the Ashes. It was pretty hard work, that tour, wasn't it?
Well, playing Australia is always a very trying series, because England and Australia are the oldest cricket enemies, as it were. We played against each other for many years. I enjoyed it, though, because it was very successful and we came on with the Ashes.
Yes. There were a lot of temperaments being thrown here and there, including one by you, which isn't characteristic, is it?
No, it's not. Usually I play my cricket and enjoy it, but I don't show a lot of emotion on the field. I'm very sorry about it, actually. I'm very sad that it happened. It's not something I hope will keep happening. It's never happened before, so it's best forgotten.
Anyway, it cleared the air. Now, you had a telephone call while you were in Australia that was very important in your life.
Oh, I should say the most important call in my life, that is. It came as a tremendous surprise at 8:30 in the evening in Brisbane, and all it said was, there's a call for Mr. Wilson and Mr. Boycott. And I had no idea who it was, because I don't know anybody in Leeds, and it turned out to be Mr. Nash asking me to be captain of Yorkshire, which was tremendous.
Apart from the obvious responsibilities in the pavilion, what does being captain involve?
Well, being captain of Yorkshire particularly is very important, because Yorkshire members and the people who follow Yorkshire cricket desire success, I think, more than anybody else in the country. They've had such great teams in the past, so I've got that to live up to. And secondly, being captain of a cricket club, you have to really do what a manager does at football, a lot of organising and administrative work.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to it very much.